Both of these cars are mine, but if I could go back in time, I want to choose the one most people expect. My first car is a 2023 Audi A5. Clean, powerful and beautiful. My second car is a Toyota Yaris. Scratched, dented and honestly kind of ugly. If I had to choose between them today, my answer might surprise you. But once you hear what both cars taught me, you will understand exactly why. Because this isn't about cars. It's about money, peace, and learning the difference between looking rich and being free. 1. The illusion of success. When I bought my first new car, the Audi A5, I thought I had cracked the code to adulthood. That smell, that shine, that sound when you close the door, everything screamed you have made it. For the first week, I drove slower on purpose. I wanted people to notice. I parked perfectly straight and cleaned the dashboard twice a week and told myself, there was motivation. But really, it was expensive pride. The funny thing about buying something new is that it never stays new. The moment the excitement fades, you are left with the payments, the high insurance, and the pressure to keep it flawless. And suddenly, the very thing that was supposed to represent success starts quietly draining it. Most people don't realize how much emotion drives their decisions. We don't buy cars logically. We buy them to feel something. To feel like we are progressing, to feel like we finally joined the people we once looked up to. That's why people test drive a car and immediately turn on the radio, because silence would make them think, and thinking makes you notice the truth. You're buying a feeling and not the transportation. At some point I asked myself, why did I even need my car to say anything about me? Why did it matter what strangers thought at a stoplight? And the moment that question hit, the illusion cracked. The Audi didn't fail me, it just showed me how fragile the definition of success really was. It looked rich, but it didn't feel free. The realization changed everything, because the car that actually made me feel rich wasn't the Audi, it was the Toyota Yaris. 2. The unexpected hero. My Toyota Yaris was never meant to impress anyone. It's small, scratched and dented on the right side. A reminder of an accident I never bothered to fix. No one looks twice at it, and that's exactly why it means so much to me. When I turn the key, it starts every single time. It doesn't ask for attention, it doesn't demand monthly payments, and it doesn't make me nervous to park under a tree. That car taught me that freedom doesn't always look like luxury. Sometimes it looked like a peace of mind. The Toyota might not sparkle, but it never let me down. It carried me through long drives, early mornings, bad weathers without a single complaint. And each time it reminded me that liability is wealth in disguise. People think older cars are problems waiting to happen. They aren't, at least not if you treat them right. Cars are like machines. Machines respond to care. Change the oil, check the fluids, listen for sounds, and most of them will outlive the loan payments on something brand new. It's funny how people will read books about investing but never invest 10 minutes in learning how their car actually works. You do not have to be a mechanic to understand value. You just have to stop buying based on how something looks. Because the truth is, a shiny new car can make you reliable, but learning to rely on yourself can make you free. That is what the Toyota became for me, a symbol of quiet confidence. Not I made it, but I'm okay. And once you feel that kind of calm, it's hard to go back to chasing approval. If this video makes you rethink what success looks like, give it a like and subscribe. It helps more than you think. 3. What people get wrong about cars. Most people don't buy cars logically. They buy them emotionally. They fall in love with a color, an interior, or a logo, not with the liability, not with the numbers, and not with the history. I have watched it countless times. Someone gets inside a car, turns the radio on and says it feels right. That is not evaluation, that's emotion disguised as logic. But cars aren't mystery. They are machines built on systems that anyone can understand. You do not know everything, you just have to know something. It's as simple as lifting the hood and looking, does the oil look clean? Are the fluids right? Color, is the engine smooth or uneven? Are there leaks underneath? These small checks can save you thousands of dollars, years of stress. Because when you learn how to evaluate the basics, you stop needing permission to make smart decisions. And here's what most people forget. An older used car doesn't mean unreliable. It means you need to be informed. If you know how to check what matters, you can find incredible value in cars everyone else ignores. A $5,000 car that's been cared for can easily outlast a $30,000 one that's been neglected. The difference isn't luck, it's awareness. And over time, awareness compounds just like money. Every well-chosen car, every avoided payment, every repair you prevent by paying attention adds up. You do not need to be a mechanic to build wealth. You just need to stop pretending that ignorance is cheaper. 4. The real cause of looking rich. Here's what most people quietly lose money. They don't overspend on purpose, they just normalize it. The average new car payment today is about $750 a month. That's over $9,000 a year for something that starts losing the value the moment you drive off the lot. And that is just the payment. Add the insurance, maintenance, and fuel. And most people easily spending $12,000 to $50,000 a year just to look comfortable. Now imagine if that $9,000 was invested every year for 10 years at a modest 7% returns. That's more than $125,000. All from not buying a car that made you feel rich for a few weeks. That's what people don't see. They think being smart with money means working more, earning more, finding new ways to increase income. But often, it's just learning to stop the silent leaks. When I bought the Audi, I didn't see it as a cost. I saw it as a reward, and that's how we all think. But it's a dangerous mindset because luxury rewards are just habits that come with debt attachment. And the worst part is you get used to it. The smell of the new leather becomes normal, the thrill of driving fades, and suddenly you're not chasing comfort anymore, you're chasing stimulation. You buy the car, then you want a better phone, then the watch, then the bigger apartment, and without realizing, you start confusing spending with progress, and that is a real trap. Because looking rich is addictive, and being free is quiet. And no one teaches you how to choose the quiet path, and that is something you only learn after you have lived both sides of it. 5. The beater advantage. People underestimate what an older car can teach you about money. When you buy a car with cash, you're not just avoiding a payment, you are buying control. Because from that moment, the car belongs to you completely. No bank, no interest, no hiding anxiety what happens if you miss a payment. And that kind of peace doesn't have a price tag. Older cars might not have the newest tag or the glossy finish, but what they do have is simplicity. Less electronic, fewer sensor, cheaper parts. When something breaks, you fix it, not finance it. You can literally feel the difference in your budget. Cheaper insurance, predictable maintenance, and most importantly, the mental space that comes from not owning anyone. Let's say someone is paying $400 a month on their car. That's $4,800 a year. Over 7 years, that's more than $33,000, and that's before you even count interest. Now imagine driving a car that costs you $5,000 in cash, and it still runs after those same 7 years. That's almost $30,000 that stayed in your pocket, ready to grow, ready to work for you. When I look at my Toyota, I don't see an old car, I see years of smart decisions. Moments where I chose logic over impulse and calm over comparison. Driving a car you fully own changes how you see everything else you buy. You stop chasing upgrades, you stop caring about who noticed, and you start feeling a quiet kind of pride that no amount of debt can buy. Because freedom is a lot like a well-maintained car. If you take care of it, it will take care of you for a very long time. 6. The mindset shift. I used to care what people thought when they saw me drive. Now I care how peaceful I feel when I park. And that shift changes everything. Because wealth isn't about how much you spend, it's about how little you need to spend really secure. When I stopped trying to look successful, I finally started becoming it. My savings grew, my stress dropped, and I realized that the goal was never to look rich. It was to stay free. The day I stopped chasing validation, my net worth started growing quietly in the background. And that's when I understand the richest people aren't the loudest, they are the calmest. 7. Reflection. Both of these cars are still mine. One turns head and the other built freedom. If I could go back, I will still choose the Toyota. Not because it's better, but because it made me better. A shiny car can make you feel powerful for a moment. A paid off one gives you peace for years. So next time you see someone driving an older car, don't assume they can't afford more. They might just understand money better than most. If you want to know what my total net worth is and how I built that, watch this video.